Hi, I'm Alden.
And I'm Calvin.
You know us, we're Good Twin, Bad Twin.
That's right, and today we are joined today by our guest, Dr. Timothy Quinn,
yes,
and Ms. Natascha Donald. That's right, better known as G.I. Jane, okay? And what we're discussing today is healthy living. That's right. We'll be right back with more Good Twin, Bad Twin.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Of course, this is champion, fitness expert and bodybuilder, G.I. Jane.
Okay. And of course, Dr.
Of course, Dr. Quinn.
You can't leave him out. But we're going to give you a chance to introduce yourselves personally. We'll start with you, Dr. Quinn. Introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you.
Well, my name is Dr. Timothy Quinn. I'm a family physician in the Jackson area. Have been practicing for the last 10 years. And in addition to my traditional practice as a family doctor, which means I take care of the entire family from the children to the adults to the grandparents, I also have a ministry. And it goes back to my years of high school, growing up in Macomb, Mississippi. My grandfather was a pastor, and I have a newspaper clipping that's very important to me. And it's my grandfather. He's on a corner, and he's basically preaching to some guys, smoking cigarettes, drinking, like maybe smoking something else. But the bottom line is, his main thing was he felt that he should take his ministry out of the church and take it to the people that really need it in his immediate community. He said there was really no use in, well, there was use, but there was even a greater calling to go out and preach to more than just the choir, but preach to the community. And he really instilled that in me, to, you know, make a difference in your community. And that's something that I've been striving to do by going on great shows such as this, or going to community meetings and just talking to people outside of the doctor's office and tell them how important it is to be healthy. Because when people take health into action, well, the blessings are unbelievable.
That's what's up.
That's awesome. That's awesome. One of the things, before we introduce, give you a little bit more about Mr. McDonald, the task force, with this, you talked about community.
Right, right. Well, basically, you know, I've been, you know, working with the community for quite a while, but the deal is, when Mayor Tony Yarborough took office, I sent him a letter, you know, just offering my services to work with his administration at no charge. And he basically contacted me, and I had a meeting with him and his staff, and he told me that he'd be interested in me forming a task force. And basically, what we had to come up with a plan on how we were going to help Jackson become healthier, because the mayor, you know, he's a strong believer in helping his constituents get stronger as far as their economics, their education. But he also said, you know, better health is wealth. You know, you can have all the money in the world, but if your health is no good, you're broke.
Well, I wanted you to talk a little bit more about that, especially the piece with the mayor. But before we do that, we got to introduce you. We got to introduce you. We got to introduce you.
Okay. My name is Natascha Donald. I am originally from Jackson, Mississippi. My parents are military, so I was born in Germany. We retired here. I went to Ole Miss, have a degree from the University of Mississippi, a psychology degree. Hotty toddy. I pledged one of the greatest sororities, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and now I am a personal trainer and bodybuilder, also a coach at Quest Fitness off of Beasley Road in North Jackson. I also work with different teenage girls to try to help them with self-esteem issues, as well as healing from past abusive and physical or mental past or whatever. So because I too have that past, so I like to work with the teenage girls, try to reach back, because Mississippi, we kind of have that crab in the bucket mentality sometimes, but you know, I want to be that person that, you know, shows ladies that it's okay to empower each other, whether it be just extending the helping hand, you know, to help them and show them that it's okay to reach back and help the next lady or whatever. So I did start bodybuilding because of my past. It actually saved me. I'm all about the health and the fitness because our body is our temple. We're supposed to take care of it. That's what the Bible talks about. And it means nothing to look good on the outside if you're not healthy on the inside. So my trainer, Marvin, the Fat Killer, and Eileen Alley-Cat, we did start this initiative, Operation Get Mississippi Fit, to try to help others. Our team is Team Fit for Life, and we're all about our health and our fitness and following different rules and how it's okay to take supplements and that it's okay to, you know, come to the gym and work out and care about your health, because we invest in everything else, so why can't we invest in our own health or whatever? And then also we started this initiative, like I said, because Mississippi is one of the fattest states or whatever, so we want to be different and show people that we as African Americans, you know, do take our health and our wellness serious. So.
Okay. Well, Dr. Quinn, when you talk about Mississippi being the last, I got to address something you did. You was involved with here recently. Because believe it or not, Mississippi was first, and number one in an area, which actually prompted us to do the segment because of you guys' passion, and we felt it aligned with our goal to help you know, the community get better or whatever. But let's go back to it. Number one, Mississippi being number one. What was it about?
Well, basically, I got a call a couple of weeks ago from NBC Studios, and they were informed about a bill. It's Bill 130. It's on the State House floor, and basically this bill, if it were, you know, if it were voted for, the option for parents to vaccinate or not vaccinate would be overturned. At this point, it is required, it is mandated by law that all students going into the school system have to be vaccinated. But the deal is, if this bill passes, well, the parents, they can choose. And it's kind of controversial. Most people are, you know, saying let's vote this bill down. We don't want it because it's about the safety. But then there are some groups out there that are against, you know, they want the bill to pass because they feel like they deserve to have a choice. So NBC, they contacted their local affiliate, WLBT, and they listed my name because I volunteer for the local news quite a bit, and they said he's a good go-to guy. So I was able to do the story. It was a long interview, but in reality, it turned into one sentence. But that's the way it goes.
It's awesome.
That's the way it goes. But I got one sentence of fame, and I had people calling me from New York and LA because it was a national story. But the bottom line is, I've spoken with a lot of the legislatures, personnel, and they feel very confident that the bill is not going to pass because it's all about public safety. And the deal is, if children are not vaccinated, you know, if the bill passes and a parent decides that they do not want to vaccinate their child, well, their child is at risk. But even more so, you know, as a parent, you know, my child is at risk. And on top of that, the children that are immunocompromised, meaning they have chronic medical conditions where they can't get this live vaccine, well, they're vulnerable. And if these kids go into the school unvaccinated, well, those kids can get infected. But the problem is they can't fight it off like a healthy child, and you know, it could be fatal for those children.
Well, we'll talk a little bit more about that right after the break. We'll also talk about the mission T. Farrell has, because I want to get a little bit into that as well.
Correct him on the name, too.
Yes, I will, TFOL.
We'll be right back with more Good Twin, Bad Twin.
All right, we're back. Now, at the break, we were talking about Mississippi leading the way, and we were talking about healthy living in general. We do have, before we get to those percentages about where Mississippi stands, I made a little goof.
So will you tell him what the name of the organization is?
Okay, it's Team Fit for Life.
Okay,
so that's TF. The number 4 L. TFOL.
Tell them again what it means.
It means Team Fit for Life.
Right. I knew that. I
because
said
you know, a lot of times
L.
people try to get fit just for a holiday or for a birthday or a special occasion, but we're all about being fit for life.
That's what I wanted to tell them. You know what you know. That's what I wanted to know.
You're right. You're right. Team Fit for Life.
Right. Team Fit for Life.
I think that's awesome because we had a chance to meet you, Marvin, and Eileen. So a great bunch of guys. You guys are killing them over there, Quest.
Award winning. Tell them. What
Oh my
award
goodness.
See, we want to say that again. Award winning.
What did you win the award for, by the way?
Cut it out. I did the Mississippi bodybuilding show last year in women's bodybuilding. So I'm actually getting ready for the Southern Classic. It'll be at Thelma Hall in June, and I'm doing that in women's physique this year, and then I'll be doing the Mississippi again in women's physique.
Okay. So,
Right. So ladies, listen now. You may not want to bodybuild.
Right.
But listen, getting fit doesn't necessarily mean you have to bodybuild.
Right.
But you still got to get out there and do it.
Exactly.
Still got to get out there and do
Right.
it.
I work with a lot of women that they'll say, well, I don't want to look like you. And I'm like, it's not about looking like me. It's about whatever your personal goals are. So that's why I have a lot of my clients to write their goals down so that they can see it. Because if you just say you want to do something, then a lot of times you don't stick to it. But if you actually write it down, you're more willing to stick to it because you've written it down and you hold yourself accountable to those goals. And I tell them, whatever your goals are, those are the goals that I'll help you achieve. If you want to get like me, then you can. But this was hard work. This wasn't an overnight thing.
But let's be clear. It don't look bad. Come on now. You know what I'm saying?
which leads us into getting fit,
Right.
or writing your goals down and coming up with a plan. What are some of the misnomers, or what are some of the myths,
Right.
or at the gate you don'ts, or
Well, let's start with you, Dr. Quinn. Some of the myths about getting fit.
Well, here's the thing I wanted to lean on what you were saying. You know, your personal goal. You know, the deal is, like, for instance, I had a patient, and this lady was, I want to say she was like a 26 dress size.
Okay.
She was overweight. And she said, "quote."
But you know, for Mississippi, 26 is that.
Well, the bottom line is, she told me she wanted to get healthy.
Okay.
Okay. So we helped her with a little diet plan, a little exercise, and she got down to like an 18.
Okay.
Where she went to her high school reunion or whatever, and you said people trying to get in shape for an occasion, but it's all about a lifestyle.
Lifestyle,
change.
exactly.
The bottom line, she went to the deal, and some guy that she liked, he still didn't give her no love, you know. So she came back and she was like, "Dr. Quinn, you know, I'm still fat." You know, that's what she said. I said, first of all, nobody's fat.
Exactly.
Right,
I said, but you know what? You're healthier.
I wish you would say that again, man.
Yeah.
Right,
I tell my
nobody's
clients
fat.
that we don't use
Yeah.
the F word around me.
But listen to this now. This lady was on like 2 forms of insulin, 2 types of diabetic pills, a cholesterol pill, and 3 different types of blood pressure pills. Over the course of going from a 26 to a 18,
That drop.
she got off of both of the insulins.
Wow.
It was her diabetes was controlled with just the pills.
Okay.
She went from 3 blood pressure pills to 1 blood pressure pill.
Okay.
And you know, she still took a cholesterol pill, but the bottom line, she was healthier.
You're healthier.
Now, did she go up to the high school reunion and get in a baked bikini or whatever and blow everybody's mind? No, but she was healthier.
Right.
She was healthier. She was better off than, you know, before she started this journey. So the bottom line is, getting fit, you know, you could get, you know, super fit as you, or somebody can get even more fit than they are, but the bottom line is we have to take a step, and that's what it's all about.
I like the way you talk about, both of you have spoken, and you talk about the total man, because you talk about how you got to get mentally fit, physically, spiritually, and emotionally.
Because I tell my clients when they come to me, if you're coming to me just for me to work you out, or you want fast 1 month results, then I'm not going to take your money. You're with the wrong person, because I'm going to help you to get fit mentally and get fit physically as well as spiritually. It's all about mind, body, and soul, because if you get fit, you know, your body, but then your mind is still messed up, then you'll be like that lady, you'll wobble, because when you go to different events or something like that, you'll see somebody else and be like, well, I don't look as good as her, I need to keep trying, even though she got off of those medications and stuff, because it's all about fighting the disease. You're not, Mississippi has us thinking that we have to look like this, or everybody's wearing these waist trainers, but really it's all about what you are inside, you know, how healthy you are inside, and getting off of those different pills and insulin and fighting those different diseases.
Okay, and another thing before we're getting ready to go to the break, but P90X, Tybo, Zumba, you name it. I want to know what are you, even Michael Chang has this thing out now talking about
six-pack abs.
Six-pack abs. So when we come back, I want you to deal with that.
Okay.
What are your thoughts about the fact? Is there any truth to those kind of routines, or what is the best way to work out, or something like that?
Okay. We'll be right back with more Good Twin Bad Twin.
We're back.
Now we were talking about, we was finishing up with the myths that we were talking about in terms of like health myths, and we talked about some of the fads that come up. Well, I ain't gonna say fads, I'm gonna say some alternative exercises like P90X, you know, six-pack abs and stuff like that. So what are you guys' thoughts on that? You know,
I think those fast results type of things that come up, like the P90X and stuff like that, I think they kind of have people confused because one, they see the people in the videos and think, oh, these people got that way, but they find these people who really didn't have that long to go. These people weren't 200 and something plus pounds, and so they didn't have to worry about that. And they have to stop and think like, wait a minute, genetics and I don't look like this, and then they kind of go and jump into these exercises without going to a doctor, because before you start any working out, if you haven't worked out in forever, you need to go get to a doctor, have a physical, be checked out to make sure that you're okay to go do these workouts, and then you need to get you a personal trainer. A lot of people have myths about personal trainers. We're gonna hurt you, we're gonna take you too fast, but we're actually healers. We're not gonna kill you, we're gonna actually, you know, find out where you are, make sure the doctor has cleared you, and then we're going to help you to make sure that you're not hurting yourself, make sure you're doing proper form, because if you're doing these things at home, you have nobody to tell you if it's proper form or not, and then you pull something and then you're back at square one. So I think it's best to get a personal trainer, to also get a dietitian, so that you can know about, because if we as personal trainers, we can give you little small advice about, you know, nutrition, but we can't give you in depth because we're not licensed for that. Some personal trainers might be, but it's best to get you a dietitian so you can know, you know, what it is you're supposed to eat, and they can tailor your diet for you or whatever, and for what your goals are. But I tell people all the time, it's not a diet, it's really a lifestyle change. So you should be thinking about the long-term goals.
So, Dr. Quinn, what about you? Myths? Any myths that you know of, especially in the medical field? What comes to mind when you think about myths and health against?
Well, I mean, I was listening to Jane, and I agree with her. You know, but you know, I've had some patients that have worked out with you. What? They tried to kill them. but you know what? I'm gonna tell you the deal, though. I'm gonna tell you the deal. Every patient that has ever worked out with you, they always had results.
Right. And they come back for more.
I sort of joke with this one lady. I said, "Look, we gotta let this go, because you don't need blood pressure medicine."
Right. You know, I'm taking away from you. I'm gonna put you out of
Hey, I got a doctor out of school now. Forget about you. But the bottom line is, I think the reason why you've been so successful in helping people lose weight is because you set them up with a plan.
Right.
And that's what we were talking about. You know, I think about back when I was in medical school, they would give us all this material, and we'd have to memorize all this material and reproduce it in an exam.
Okay.
And you know, you could sit there and think, oh God, I can't do this, and just forget it, or you could just do a little bit at a time.
Exactly.
But every day, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every day you have to do it. And that's something that you've been doing, and we're talking about having a continuous persistent plan that we stick to.
Results.
Yeah, there's no
set
fast.
A goal, reach and set another goal.
You got to have a plan, and I think as long as you can find a program, you know, with a plan, and getting a trainer is really good, because what that does is, like, I look at it like a tutor while you're studying, you know, somebody to help you so that you can look at what's important and what's not, and help you just organize everything.
Because they can see what you can't see.
Right.
You're stuck in the rut. They can, you know, see the bigger picture that you can't see at that moment.
Right. And then the other thing, just want to end on that, is the fact that you are actually healthy.
Right.
And some of these
I actually changed from being unhealthy to being healthy, because I was 171 pounds at 5 even, so I was overweight.
Well, the bottom line is, you know, I tell people all the time, people ask me, you know, why are you trying to be healthy? I say, would you go to a dentist with Jack or a hairstylist?
You want your personal trainer to look good.
Well, that means that they believe in what they're doing, and they believe in it to the level that they're doing it themselves, and that's what's so important.
Well, when you talk
a doctor in shape.
Okay, but you talked about plans, so I want to go back to a plan that you said was put in place with the mayor. Okay. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, well, basically the mayor, you know, he gave me the honor to work with his administration to put together a task force, and I was able to get Dr. Victor Sutton. He's over preventative health with the health department. Miss Carol Berger, she's over the United Way. Benita Burt, she works with the roadmap.
Miss Carol Berger actually works with Anthony Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. United Way.
Superwoman. I mean, strong people, and Christopher Mims and Chiquita Cheney. These people, they work with the American Heart Association, American Cancer. So all these people have very strong attributes to give to this task force. And what we've done is we have 3 phases. The first phase, what we're doing is we're going in and doing screenings on the city employees, and we've had 6 screenings so far. We'll go to their department and we just check their blood pressures. And if their blood pressure is elevated, they're given a list of clinics that have already pre-accepted these patients, so they can go ahead and be seen if they don't have a primary care physician. And then the patients sign a waiver, and we call them in a 2-week period to see if they went to one of the clinics.
Okay.
And we're right at about a 30% success rate of people that have been identified with hypertension.
That have gone.
Well, not only that, but we stress the importance to follow up.
Okay.
And 30% have actually gone to a clinic, and that makes a big deal, because hypertension in a lot of cases has no symptoms. You feel great, but then you might end up in the emergency room with a stroke or heart attack, which could take your life. So, we're identifying these people, letting them know that they really need to go, and a lot of them are going, and the ones that don't go, they're saying that they are going to go. So I think that's really good.
That is an awesome for your task force and for the administration.
Well, we're also working with the churches as well. We're going into the churches, and when church is getting ready to dismiss, I'll go to the front and let them know what we're doing. And we'll have people set up from the University of Mississippi Medical Center where we'll check their blood pressures. That's going well, and then we're going to have community health screenings.
Okay,
that's awesome. Tell us a little bit about, before we wrap it up, a little bit about your mission one more time.
Okay, it's called Operation Get Mississippi Fit, and we kind of go out to different health fairs. Me and Marvin, we go out to the different health fairs. We like working with the kids. We work with all ages though. We work with adults who need to get off of different medicines. Their doctors refer them to come over to us or whatever. So we're all about fighting a disease and preventing it before you have to fight one. But if you are dealing with a disease, we're all about taking the initiative to invest in your health, because like I stated before, you can invest in everything else. Why can't you invest in your health? That should be a part of your bills each month. You should say, okay, let me take this money aside and put this toward my health or whatever. A lot of people are scared of supplements, so we teach them the importance of supplements. I use the Herbalife. I also use the Avocare. They've been around for years, 80s, even back or whatever. So they've had time to make sure that their product works, and the fact that it's been around for so long can tell you, how good of a product it is. But it's also the doctors, when you go to the doctor, they tell you to get on some type of supplements, because we aren't going to go and eat all of the different types of foods that we need to eat to make sure that we're getting the proper nutrients. So supplements help you to get in what you need every day. So we give different meal plans and stuff like that. We go on different shows. So it's all about, like I said before, not just looking good on the outside, but looking good on the inside. So we do have prayer and whatever else, because it's all about mind, body, and spirit. So
okay. But I need to, before we wrap up, I want to ask you guys something. So if I needed a personal trainer, how would I get in touch with you?
You could come to Quest. Like I said, I'm at Quest Fitness off of Beasley Road. That's in Lakeover. That number is 601-982-7360. I am on social media as Natascha Donald, and I'm on Instagram as G.I. Jane. That's G_I_JAN and the number 3.
Okay. So Dr. Quinn as well, if we want to get in touch with you, how would we do that?
Basically, someone could just call my office at 601-487-6482. Okay. Or they could go to our website, QuinnTotalHealth.com.
Okay.
Your practice, you have a practice?
Yeah, it's in Ridgeland, right behind North Park Mall.
Okay, okay.
All right. Well, we'd like to thank you guys for coming out and joining us, because we too believe that Mississippi should be healthy, and just in general, people should be fit and healthy. And we like the fact that we want Mississippi to be #1 and more than just the vaccination. You know what I'm saying?
97.7. So shouts out to Mississippi for leading the way, getting all the kindergartens vaccinated.
Don't forget to join myself and Alden at Good Twin, Bad Twin. You can check us out on YouTube as well as Facebook, on our website as well. We will check the credits, because we do have a lot of shout outs to give and people to point out too. Okay,
that's right. But again, thank you guys for coming.
Thank you guys.
Thank you,
yeah, we appreciate
awesome.
it.
We had a great time.
We on TV, y'all. Thank you for another episode of Good Twin, Bad Twin. Oh, by the way, keep in mind, stay in tune now. Check us out on YouTube, because we got some fitness videos coming your way.
Yes.
That's right. All right.
4, 3, 2, 1.